Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to yet another episode of The Golden Quills 100 Days of Making Manga, Day 18. And I have a very special episode for you today. The brave and talented Rei Kuriyame has offered up their artwork for critique, and so I'm going to take a stab at it. For today, I have just the first inked page, all digitally rendered and shaded. Let's go take a look-see. So, getting right into it. This is page 1, the inked page, and what you'll see is some sketched pages further. That's what the artist has done so far, and this is going to mostly focus on structure of the story and the layout. But while we can nitpick some finished inkage, let's do that. Gorgeous shot. Opening with a sunrise is still pretty much the best way to start a story, and it doesn't get old. It's no more cliche than just having a beginning to your story at all. All it is an angle of light on your establishing shot, and it tells us that this is a beginning. We have 3 astral bodies in the sky being lit up here. Moons, planets. We'll find out, I'm sure. They could use a little bit of love as far as rounding out the sides that are facing the sun. That being what we're used to seeing, if you're on the surface of Mars, there are 2 moons that neither of which are circular, very wonky in fact, so that's not to say that astral bodies should be circles, but that's definitely what we expect, having been spoiled by the moon. The story goes here. It is said that a millennium ago, vicious creatures ravaged our planet. Even though they could take human form, they only brought misfortune. So our ancestors used magic to eliminate this threat once and for all. So, interestingly, we are greeted with more innocent-looking children, with a couple of oddities. No tell on her. She looks as human as can be, which it's explained they do take that form. If the intention is that these are the creatures and that we're being lied to by history, that they're nothing but evil, despite looking innocent in this shot, something to give her away would be nice. However, this could also be suggesting harmony between humans and the other race. In any case, they are well drawn, though this hand is drawn at the perspective that you would expect being wrapped around the other side of the tree, as if it's tilted away from him. Now this tree's trunk is curving inwards, so that should disappear the hand some more if it is in fact leaning all the way against it. Still a minor nitpick. It mostly looks fine. Now, when I first glanced at this, like it was from a distance, and at first I thought, well, that ear looks like big and wrong and weird and at the wrong perspective, and it only took a second glance to see, okay, the ear stops here, and that is the right perspective for it, nothing wrong with that. What tricked my eye initially was the lines of this cliff. And so that's an issue a lot in art where, realistically, a lot of things will have their lines run parallel, or worse yet, tangentially to what's happening in the foreground. And to fight that, we often fudge things in the composition so that things will move contrary, so that you would have a line. And this is on my Photoshop doc, so I can just start messing with stuff. Let's get red so you can see have a line coming out from here. Is this whole thing in black and white? Must be. Okay, the document has a black and white setting, which I know how to get rid of, but that'll take time. But anyways, you can see this black line I'm making. Any lines I would put on the cliff, I would want to contrast to what is happening in the foreground, so that to avoid the risk of them blending into our main character here. Not main character, our subject matter. Minor. All in all, this is a gorgeous shot. The lighting here on the trees, leaves just right. A little bit on the tree trunks, that's what you want. And this will happen. There's a bigger hole in the tree here, letting more light through, even though the intensity of the light is here. Less is coming through here. That's just fine. And it fills some negative space. And it is suggested by these two shafts of light. So this one being longer and a little thicker still maintains that the cone of light is consistent with the placement of the sun. Rim lighting, spot on. So all in all, I like this. However, okay, so holding hands is kind of a sweet moment in stories, and we are not seeing it. I would very much like if this text box was not obscuring whatever it is their hands are doing, which looks like they're just holding hands and being all cute and adorable. C'est la vie. So the story moves on with, can anyone tell what these creatures were called? Anyone at all? How about you? I think we're gonna get a jump cut. You thought it was going to be a page turn, but it was me, the Waldo section of the show. Well, I hope you enjoyed my analysis. Progress chugs along. I still gotta do my exercise today. I'll definitely do that. And because Amazon took the dog, bent it over the kitchen counter, and fucked it, I went out and bought myself just a bunch of blank paper, and I'll make my own manga template off of that. Thanks, Amazon. And since we can't all be pictures of perfection like Tails gets trolled, I will do more video analyses for anyone who desires. I enjoy them. And they do come in a spirit of helpfulness. I do want to bolster people in this competition if you need help. And as I've been doing every day since, I don't know, day 9 or whatever. Well, gee, I could probably count these boxes. Sure, sounds right. I need to find a ridiculously long snake. Does it get more ridiculously long than the one threading itself all the way through the page, so much that we don't see a head or a tail? Heads or tails? Heads or tails? Come on. Where's my coin? Let's flip. I'll flip for it to decide what these are. Yeah, I think I found it. And I do believe I found all the usuals. We got a Wizard Whitebeard, Waldo. Okay. Wizard Whitebeard. Wenda. Oddlaw. Woof. Waldo. Bone. Key. I know I found the binocular. Camera. Binoculars. We definitely did. We definitely did. Yeah, I don't know. But I did. I know I did. Yeah, there they are. Binoculars. So that leaves the scroll. And that scroll... Have I seen it yet? Did I gloss over it in the past? Looking for a rolled up piece of parchment with a ribbon on her. A lot of things are up on the surface here. Could it be? Come on, audience. I'm sure you found it already. Hey, it's the monk dude. We have him on page... what's it? I see it. No. No. You're getting distracted. But we just found a new one. Yes. Our guy from that scene. I don't know where our person from Book World is. Or maybe they're not here. Because they're not all from the same original Waldo book. Continuity in the calendar isn't the same. Are they all? What? This is the Fantastic Journey series. Which originally had just scrolls to find with different ribbons. Yeah, this is going to be already a long video as it is. That's a scroll. Okay, we can call it a day. Ridiculously long snake. And the scroll now, I just have to find whatever those are. And I won't look ahead. No peeking. No peeking. Like, follow, subscribe. Ring the bell for notifications. No drama llama. Good night. Join me tomorrow for part 2, where I will be covering the sketches of this manga. Would you like to see what a finished comic of mine might look like? Right now on Indiegogo, I have released a short and sweet 8-pager called Worm Food. A zombie comic where the worms who eat us in the end must fight for their lives against their own food. Get one and give one in a campaign designed for sharing. Link in description. Thank you kindly.